Hi there guys, it's Eastwood for Life fan here, back with another video, and this is movie pickups for the month of March 2020. And before we get to the DVDs, Blu-rays and 4K titles that I picked up, just a contest update. Still picking up a few winning prizes that I want to include in the contest, and soon as I get all the prizes for you guys to win, I for sure will do a video and a contest, so that will be up and coming pretty soon. But before we get to the update, I'd like to say a big thank you and a shout out to Moods. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Moods and have subbed to his channel. Moods did do a shout out in one of his updates, and I certainly wasn't expecting it, because it definitely gave me a spike in subscribers. And Moods is kind of like YouTube movie collecting royalty, so many thanks Moods for doing that. And guys, if you've never checked out his channel, well, I will leave the link down below. Massive horror fan collector. He loves his cult movies and westerns, and definitely has one of the biggest hip hop and rap CD collections, and I just love his updates. So guys, please sub to Moods if you haven't already. You will certainly not be disappointed. So on to the DVDs, and picked up a couple of cheap John Wayne movies. Stagecoach, which I haven't seen for such a long time. John Ford classic, this one, made in the 30s, late 30s I think. And if I enjoy rewatching this one, I most probably will pick up the US Criterion Blu-ray release of Stagecoach. And the other John Wayne movie I picked up is The Quiet Man, which I don't think I've actually seen this movie. John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara, and John Wayne plays a Irishman in this one. And there is a UK Eureka release, so that is maybe a possible upgrade. The Quiet Man. And both of these John Wayne titles are UK DVD releases. Next one's a western that I actually thought I had in my collection. I'm talking about Nevada Smith, Steve McQueen American western in 1966, where he plays a half American and half Indian, who his parents, his folks, get murdered, and he goes on the trail to track down the killers. Very good American western, this one. And there is also no Blu-ray release of this one. This one does star also Carl Malden and Arthur Kennedy and Martin Landau. But yeah, I would love to see a Kino Lorber release of Nevada Smith, a fine western starring Steve McQueen. The next two Blu-ray DVDs, I should say, are Burt Reynolds movies, and this one's a 1974 Burt Reynolds movie, The Longest Yard. Revisited this one the other day, and this one is a Blu-ray release as well. And one of Burt Reynolds' memorable roles, this one, where he plays a former American football player who gets sentenced to prison for an 18-month stretch, and then one of the wardens in the prison, he wants Burt Reynolds to get a team of inmates to go up against the guards. But yeah, very good one, this one. And they did make a remake with Adam Sandler years ago, but I didn't bother with that one. But yeah, I'd love to see this get a Blu-ray release, Burt Reynolds in The Longest Yard. And the other Burt Reynolds DVD is Lucky Lady, which he made, I think it was a year or two after The Longest Yard. This one stars Gene Hackman, Liza Minnelli and Burt Reynolds, set in the 1930s during the Prohibition times. And Burt Reynolds and Gene Hackman, they go into business together as kind of like booze smugglers. And with that partnership you get Liza Minnelli, who plays a dancer. But yeah, very good comedy and crime movie, Lucky Lady. Had a lot of fun revisiting this one also, and some great shootouts at the end of the movie in this one also, Lucky Lady. On to the Blu-rays now, and there is quite a few Laurel and Hardy movies now getting Blu-ray releases, but I won't get rid of my DVD box set, which I have, until they release all of them on Blu-ray. But this is one movie that I haven't got on my DVD collection, and this is Atoll K, one that they made in the 1950s, and I don't think I've seen this one. This one's put out by a British company, BFI, and you get the DVD and Blu-ray, and you also get a booklet, which is pretty rare for Laurel and Hardy movies. But looking forward to more Laurel and Hardy releases on Blu-ray. I know they've got one kind of like a collection Blu-ray release, but just waiting for a complete set of their movies. Love me some Laurel and Hardy, the finest comedians in my opinion. The next one is a German media book that I pre-ordered, and glad I did, because I think all of these have been sold out. This is the Charles Bronson Deathwish media book, which just got released a couple of months ago. The classic Michael Winner movie from the 1970s. And as far as I know, there were 4 different cover releases, limited to 333 copies each. And I think they are all sold out. I did pre-order this for 22 euros, and they are now selling over 80 euros plus. We'll go through this media book. The movie that really made Charles Bronson a worldwide star. I mean, mid-60s, late 60s, he was already popular in Europe, but this one in 1974, where he plays the vigilante, made him one of the biggest movie stars. A fine release, this one, put out by NSM. It just has the Blu-ray, and you do get some great photos in this. A young Jeff Goldblum as one of the muggers who attacks his wife and daughter in the apartment, and that's a great poster. One of my personal favourite Charles Bronson movies, Deathwish, and I was lucky I pre-ordered this. It does come with a English and German audio, so fine release. This one goes into my Charles Bronson collection. The next one is a late 80s Spanish and American co-production slasher. This is Edge of the Axe, And the Arrow Video slipcover release of this got sold out pretty quick. And this is a slasher movie that I wasn't familiar with, I've got to be honest with, but curiosity got the better of me. Wanted to check out the trailer of this, and that caught my interest. And not a bad one, this one. We'll go through the booklet, and this one's about a small town and in the US, and it actually was filmed in Madrid, but the film locations, it makes it look like it is northern part of the US. And in this one there's a small town with a crazed killer dressed up in a black trench coat and a white mask, and he goes around killing people with an axe. Kind of a middle of the road slasher movie, this one, but interesting and enjoyable one. You get some pretty brutal kills, and the ending of the movie I actually didn't see coming. And there he is in the white mask, edge of the axe. Yeah, not a bad slasher. The next one I picked up in my local Poundland shop, Frozen. Never seen this one before, and I had heard of this. I'd seen the trailer of this one where you get 3 snowboarders who are trapped in a chair lift high up. Guys, if you've seen this one, let us know on your opinion. And another movie I picked up in the Poundland is this one, Don't Breathe. And actually the headline actually caught my attention, best American horror film in 20 years. And I went into this thinking it was going to be a horror movie, and it was a home invasion movie. And after 10 minutes I realised I've seen this one. It does have a slipcover where you get 3 young thieves. They want a last big score when they realise that a isolated house down the street contains $300,000 in cash, but there is the owner of the house. He lives there and he is blind. But very good movie, very good home invasion movie in Don't Breathe. And I've heard that there's going to be a sequel to this, and this one was produced by Sam Raimi, the director of The Evil Dead. The next one, and these are the 4K titles, and I thought I wasn't able to get this one by Everything Blue. This is the Casino collector's set, and originally these had been sold out, and after I purchased the Gladiator set a few weeks later, I got the email that Casino was going to go back on sale. They had a few in stock, and this set is limited to 800 copies, and mine is numbered 459. Great gangster movie directed by Martin Scorsese, and this has a whole lot of goodies, and I'll probably do a separate video unboxing this. Great gangster movie starring Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, Sharon Stone, and also James Woods. But yeah, really glad that this was back on sale on the Everything Blue site. Pre-ordered some Zavvi steelbooks. First one being Casino Royale, Daniel Craig's first James Bond movie, which he starred in 2006. And all the Daniel Craig movies, the Bond movies, are being upgraded to 4K. And this one is kind of like going back to the early James Bond novels, where he prepares for his first mission. He goes up against a banker who's funding terrorists, and that's inside of the steelbook. All the others are fairly similar that I also picked up. And glad to see that Xavi have returned in doing these cardboard J cards. Casino Royale, definitely Daniel Craig's best James Bond movie. And I picked up his second outing as James Bond. This is Quantum of Solace, which he made 2 years later. This one not as good as Casino Royale, in my opinion. It's for me, it's a little bit shorter and kind of rushed, this one. I am hoping that all the James Bond movies are going to get the 4K transfer. The Sean Connery, Roger Moore, Lazenby and Pierce Brosnan, and also Timothy Dalton movies. I also picked up Skyfall. This one was, in my opinion, far better than Quantum of Solace. Daniel Craig, James Bond in much better form than that movie. I do enjoy the role of Judi Dench as M in this movie. She kind of stole the show, in my opinion. And you also get Ralph Fiennes. He was also in Skyfall as well. Also had to pick up the fourth one, Spectra, made in 2015. So that is all the Daniel Craig Bond movies. And the last one, I had to pick up the Joker Xavi Steelbook. This one of the best movies of 2019, starring Joaquin Phoenix, and also a great supporting role, Robert De Niro, I should say. And I'm in an R in which steelbook to pick up. There is a UK Amazon one, but this one for me looks far better. The UK Xavi steelbook. It comes in with the 4K and Blu-ray cuts. The back. Very good DC movie, one of the best ones in my opinion, and I'm very glad when I watched this at the cinema it didn't follow the usual route of Marvel movies. This one is completely different, goes down a different route of this mentally troubled and disturbed struggling comedian played by Joaquin Phoenix, I should say, and his life goes downhill into a spiral of madness. Great movie, this one, and that is the J card. And for me, I actually preferred Joaquin Phoenix's role of Joker, probably even better than Jack Nicholson and Heath Ledger. So guys, let us know your opinion. Who played the best role as Joker in a great 2019 movie? So guys, that is the update for March 2020, and I hope all you guys are staying safe and sound and aware with the current situation. So take care guys, look after yourselves, and look forward to posting another video soon. So take care, bye for now.